Well, the U.S. and Israel launching another round of strikes just hours after allies killed Iran's supreme leader. The Iranian government says it will retaliate for the killing there. The president saying in a social media post late Saturday afternoon that, quote, heavy and pinpoint bombing of Iran would continue uninterrupted throughout the week or as long as necessary, adding that this operation was, quote, to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. And we have seen a global split, with some celebrating the death of the supreme leader, also those condemning the strikes and calling for an end to the military action in the Middle East. Neda Hanson, she joins us now. She's an Iranian-American living in the U.S. Most of her family is still in Iran. And Neda, we certainly appreciate you taking the time, especially now. So thank you for joining the program. To start, I know your family is in Iran. How are they doing? Are they safe? Are you able to communicate with them?
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yes, so it took us about a few hours after the initial bombing started. There was a little bit of radio silence between my family members and us here in the States, but we were able to hear from them. We have heard from them today. It's really dependent on whether or not they have VPN access. A lot of the internets are kind of going in and out depending on where you're at. But yes, my family is safe. They are excited to see what changes hopefully come from all of this so far.
Well, I'm so interested in their reaction to all of this and grateful that they are safe and letting you know. What are they telling you about the mood on the ground? You know, Iran says it could select a new supreme leader in the next 24 to 48 hours. Is there a belief that these military actions will actually lead to lasting change?
There is a hope for it, right? So you have Iran split. You have so many different representations in Iran and the different ethnicities, right? So you have your Persians, you have your Kurds, you have your Jewish population, Christian, Turkish, and then you have that 20% that is in that Islamic. They are more on that extreme. They're hardliners. The overwhelming 80% is very hopeful that these changes are moving towards that progressive movement, more of that free Iran, what we are looking for. And just to add to that, this didn't just happen in the last few months, right? You can go back, if you Google my name, honestly, you'll see that in 2009, it sort of all this started with those peaceful protests back in 2009. Where we wanted change. The Iranians wanted to see a new and free Iran. And since 2009, we're in 2026, you've seen that peaceful protest be met by the Islamic Republic of Iran in a very violent way. We have lost more people due to the Islamic Republic of Iran more than any other influence in the world. So you have the overwhelming majority feeling very hopeful and hoping that this is the path to a free Iran. Then you have the smaller percentage, that smaller group, that they are religious. They just lost a supreme leader. They lost a religious individual that has been in power since 1989, right? So it is a very paradoxical reaction happening, because if you're looking at the news, I'm getting questions, are we excited? Are we not excited? And it's really depending on who you ask, right? So it is very fascinating to see how that's working. And then going into it, they're calling for that 40 days of mourning for Khamenei, and you're also going into Persian New Year. So this is a very interesting time for Iranians to be experiencing something we haven't experienced in 47 years.
Yeah, it truly is history playing out before our eyes. I know you spoke with NewsNation's Elizabeth Pran. This was last month. And you had mentioned that a big reason why people haven't been able to overpower this regime is really due to fear tactics, like the real possibility of having to revolt against your own family. Most boys graduate school. They're immediately thrown into the military. How may the killing of the Ayatollah reshape some thoughts about overpowering the regime now, seizing on this moment as the president has urged?
So you're looking at it as finally getting a call to action that we've been asking for, right? And when I say we, I mean the Iranian population, Western influence, Western help, Trump, Israel, whoever can help us get that door open. So I believe that hope is really, once you are starting from the top and working your way down, he's been in leadership for 36 years. We have never lived in an Iran in the last 36 years without him. So having that hope, I believe, really will change how people feel towards that fear of being out there, just in the celebrations alone, right? If you look at some of those images, women are celebrating without their hijabs. People are out there dancing, listening to music. And previously, that's the kind of stuff that would throw you in jail or get you in trouble. So I believe that hope, that Iranian hope that's always been there, will continue to grow with this. But it's really, how is it going to play out? Is it going to be a situation where the government they can't go back from this? So are they going to sit down with the people or sit down and negotiate with everybody that has an interest in this to see what is the next step forward? Because Iran, unfortunately or fortunately, the Islamic Republic of Iran is very layered in their government. So you do have your supreme leader, but we still have our many layers of the justice system and legislative system. They have their own. So it's more than just one person, but this symbolic elimination, as some are calling it, of this supreme leader is that hope forward to see what momentum we can get from that.
Well, I wanted to ask you, we have about 40 seconds left, but when these protests started in Iran, the president had said that help was on the way, and it didn't come immediately. You had then more than 30,000 people dead, and there were many critical in this country here of those statements that the president made, pointing to those deaths. What was the general feeling in Iran, and how might those feelings have evolved in the recent hours with the death of the Ayatollah, these military strikes that have taken place?
So generally, that 80%, the larger craving that freedom, was optimistic that the president would follow through with it. And right now, it is a overwhelmingly large amount that are full of gratitude. And that hope, and I keep saying that word because that's just something that I keep hearing within my communications with everybody, but that's what everyone's clinging on to: gratitude and hope.
Well, Neda Hanson, wonderful to hear your family's doing well. Again, appreciate you bringing such a unique perspective to this story. Great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.